Russia may double its fines for LGBTQ propaganda. Russia is considering modifying their 2013 gay propaganda law to double fines for exposing children to any pro-LGBTQ plus information, images, videos, or topics. Under proposed legislation, the penalty for promoting non-traditional sex relations, I should say, quote, non-traditional sex relations, to children would be doubled to 2 million rubles. That's approximately 33,000 American dollars. For entities with the fine increasing to up to $5 million rubles if the offense took place online or in the media. Individuals could be fined up to 400,000 rubles, about 6,600 US dollars, and foreigners would face deportation. Lawmaker Alexander Khinshtein, pardon my pronunciation, is one of the lawmakers pushing to extend the law to cover pro-LGBTQ plus content presented to adults as well. Recently, he said, quote, currently, liability only applies to LGBT propaganda among children. My colleagues on the committee and I would like to extend it to any propaganda of non-traditional sex relations, regardless of age, end quote. And my oh my, the parallels that we are finding between Russia and the United States.
You know what's shocking is to so many people, there's a whole core of people, virtually 100% of the people that are watching Fox News today would completely and vehemently be offended by what you just said.
Oh, would they?
And really, who cares?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, there is dramatic parallels to what's going on in Russia and what's going on in the United States. And I just point out from the standpoint of, well, we just did the story in this show about the interpretation of a 75-year-old Florida Supreme Court decision, which has now no relevance effect in the state of Florida, and how it's being applied to drag queens and our house in Miami. To those people that go, okay, well, at least we're not Russia. Maybe we're moving in the same direction as Russia, because this anti-propaganda law that's been in effect now for almost 9 years is getting ready to be amped up in terms of making the penalties harsher. But there's a growing movement of politicians that say, now wait, let's not talk about K through third grade anymore. Let's expand it beyond to say you can't speak about LGBT or we'll fine you 6,600. If you're a foreigner, we will deport you for it. And when we go, my goodness, that is a dramatic violation of human rights. That would never happen in America. All we have to do is to go back to last Thursday, where one of the top senators in Tennessee has proposed in Tennessee to ban any conversation about LGBT in the state of Tennessee.
I must tell you, I traveled to Russia about 10 years ago, and I had a very scary situation where they were looking over my luggage, very detailed, for about 3 hours. I was visiting my cousin that lives there. Imagine when this law comes into effect, if it does, what constitutes LGBT propaganda? This necklace, a t-shirt, my clothing, for God's sake. So I'm pretty scared about traveling, moving forward, considering this new law.
Bad laws are bad for a reason. They are deliberate, just like what Al said earlier about the drag queen case, it is deliberately vague. What is gay propaganda? Gay propaganda can mean anything. If I speak, is this gay propaganda? Are we doing this? Is this gay propaganda? Just talking about LGBTQ issues? I mean, and also I just want to add that Putin, alongside with Hungary and Poland and several other Eastern European nations, have been using LGBTQ community as a scapegoat for a long time now. They are on their side of the world where the church still has a very strong influence on political and social life. They are, because remember, just several months ago, there was the whole LGBTQ free zone in Poland that EU is threatening to withhold funding to those towns and cities that basically say that we don't have LGBTQ here, which is nonsense. You can never get rid of us.
It just sounds like Putin's in the closet. You know?
Well, he did take off his shirt and write a stallion.
I mean,
We don't want him.
Yeah. I'm sorry I brought that image up. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.